What is up, guys? Ivan here from Rev Airsoft PH, and I have Adam here with me.
What is up, guys?
So again, it's a video that shows our face, right? So we're here to talk about our favorite setups on our favorite brands of GBBRs, which is Golden Eagle / Jinggong. Jinggong ba?
Jinggong.
Jinggong, di ba?
Yeah.
So for all of the ACM fans out there, I believe that you would remember a time wherein the only brands you can get for GBBRs, right, is WE Close Bolt, the WA System, GNP, and of course the ACM brands such as AGM and JG or Jinggong, right? And since there's a resurgence of the brand, so if you actually check out several shops right now, they are selling a updated version with aluminum bodies as Golden Eagle, right?
Yeah, Golden Eagle.
So you have the ano yung mga setup nun? You have yung parang ano, di ba? The BAD.
Yeah,
the BAD, Battle Arms Development receiver and
then
the
there's
rail.
like the Mark 16.
You have the URGI. You have the fake.
LVOA, pero hindi.
Yeah, the fake LVOA as well.
We'll include photos here definitely, so that you can.
So we'll just pop them up as we go along, right? But for us, I've had mine for 2015 siguro. No, 2015. That's 9 years.
9 years.
That's 9 years that I've used my receiver. It's still my original receiver, right? And I have it here with me, of course. So, yan. So, of course, Adam quit circa 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Not
2019?
No. I quit around 2015.
2015. But you still have one of these, right? That time.
No.
You sold it to me 2015. I remember. Yeah.
The one that with the URX3 build.
URX 3.1 build, yung 14.5. And when the pandemic hit, I also stopped playing airsoft for a while. And then I started buying a lot of stuff. And then I told Adam, hey, I have a receiver here with me. You want to play airsoft? You want to build a gun? Because I have lots of parts with me.
Spare parts.
Actually managed to build one, and of course his build is also here. So of course, bring it up on screen. Ayan. And you might wonder, right? Why did we run ACM rifles? We're ACM, all China made, no? For those who are not familiar with that term. So all China made GBBRs. So in Filipino, sabihin sa'yo is ang sakit sa ulo or headache. Generally, yes, they are headaches, but we've run ours with a lot of modifications to make them very reliable, no? So mine is 9 years and it's still going strong. The receiver, no wobble whatsoever. I may have dropped this one or once or twice, occasionally. But of course, I take great care when I play with this replica. So, okay, so now that we all know that it's ACM, right? Why did we choose this particular barrel length? It's a 14.5, no, yung M4A1 standard of the barrels, right? So it's ang comment sa amin is it's very long. Ang haba naman yan. It's long. It's so heavy. So for me personally, 14.5, it's because I like the Block 2 setup. Tama, Block 2, di ba? The Block 2 setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Block 2 setup, no? Yung somewhat Block 2. So it's hindi naman bagay yung short, of course, yung shorter barrel, right? I don't like the Mark 18 Mod 1 eh. So I like the Block 2 better. So that's it for me, diba? It's because of the choice of the rail. I really like the Block 2 look. The 14.5, it gives me a bit of it's maneuverable enough, and it goes to distance, no? When it comes to airsoft, every bit of barrel length counts, especially if we're using GBBRs. We only have around 30 rounds per magazine, and of course, it's hard to carry spare ammo. What about you? Bakit 14.5?
Initially, bakit 14.5? Ayun yung kasama when you buy the gun. So, when you buy the replica. So, una lumabas to way back 2010s. Walang CQ. Yeah, 2010 to lumabas yung JG na GBBRs. It only came sa M4.
14.5 tas yung M4 with the carry handle.
Oh yeah, an M4A1 length, so which is 14.5. So, yun lang naman talaga yung option. Pero latter part, GNP, other brands, King Arms had CQB models, even shorter ones. Pero since yun nga, ito yung nandito, why not build around it? Initially, ako, preference ko is lightweight, high speed, low drag, yeah. Pero yun nga, counter to Evan's setup, medyo ergonomic yung sa akin since it's running a BCM KMR rail, yeah. Which is lighter, definitely. Pero yun nga, nonetheless, pangit naman magagalagay ka ng maiksing handguard pero
And then a long
14.5.
Tama.
And yun nga, since I have the SR16, so I don't need like
A
longer gun. So I designated this one. Since I borrowed his LPVO, I designated this as a DMR rifle instead.
Okay. So, of course, we'll talk about our replicas from tip to butt, no?
You go first.
Okay. So for me, I'm not particularly sure kung anong Surefire or what Surefire.
SF3 or
Yeah.
4?
So I'll show it on the camera, right? So SF3 or 4 na
I think 4 kasi it's 4 Pro eh.
maybe.
Yeah.
So SF4 replica, no? I think this is for Gel Blasters. I bought it on Shopee. So Shopee
Sorry.
Gaming. And I just like the multi-pronged flash hiders because they actually have a sort of thing when you rack the charging handle or you rack the gun. Right?
There's a metallic twang to
Yeah.
it.
So that's my reason for getting a Surefire, and I really like the Surefire as well. So I think Adam also has an interesting piece there. So it's a
I
KAC
have
suppressor.
actually this one was planned to go on the SR16, pero since it's incorrect, I just put it on here. Previously, nandito yung si Pangit, si Triple Tap.
So again, floating image here.
Pero yun nga, I relegated it here instead. So it has the Knights Ornament QDC flash hider and then the QDC suppressor on it. It's GBBR, walang kwenta yung suppressor, it's still
So
loud.
noisy. Yeah.
No effect whatsoever. Probably down the line I could put a longer inner barrel if I wanted to, pero I'm not since it's a bit hot
Okay.
per se. So yeah.
So next up is actually our front sights. No, so if you notice, it's reversed, no. So a grand thumb style. din.
Garantam style din.
So,
yes.
Before I was running a PEC 15 box here, but I broke the mount and I'm still fixing that. So I'll definitely put it sometime after. But yeah, so front and rear sights is the KAC 300. I think it's 300 meter sights. No? So this was given to me by my good friend. See, let's name him Berto na lang. No?
Berto, no? Shout out, Berto.
Shout out kay Mang Bert.
Bart.
So yeah, no, thank you for that. No, so it's a GNP KAC style na flip up style, and I really
yeah.
like it. It's very tactile. It doesn't lose zero. No, so this is zeroed as well. So all of the things that I put on my replica is actually functional. So what about your sights?
Since yun nga, initially this has the same optic.
So we have a red dot. No?
Red dot.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go into it. We had the same red dot but having the SR16, I switched it over and then I took his LPVO instead. So now I removed the Knights Ornament style also irons. I only left the front sight since mukhang pangit pag wala eh. So I left it on. The rear one, I had to chuck it since the mount for the LPVO will not work with it. Probably will change it out also.
Yeah. So going down, so we already talked about why 14.5, right? So before din talaga, it was very easy to build 14.5 replicas. It was the parang out of the box, no? You get a 14.5 barrel, outer barrel and inner barrel, of course, for airsoft, right? And of course, I like the block to lock. So I have a Daniel Defense 12-inch wrist 2. So it's I think if I'm not mistaken, it's his GNP as well. So relative to the ACM Daniel Defense rail. So I'm not sure if the replicas today or the ACM today's are better, up to par, or they're light. Relative to that, this is a lighter version of of the DD rail. And on the rail, of course, since I'm relatively short, I have a short arm span as well. So I have a MOE na RVG or MVG.
RVG.
So RVG, just to help me grip this when I actually feel this. And I have a Taclite also. I forgot the brand. Opsman 301 Taclite. It's okay. This actually came with a M-lock mount. So what I did was I just jerry rigged it, and I have another rail mount, and I just zip tied it there. It works. It doesn't fall off, and I'm pretty happy with it. And of course, the switch for the Opsman Taclite.
So on mine, previously it had the M300 clone, but no, it's at home. But since it's been relegated to a DMR platform, there's no point in having a Taclite on it. Previously, before I had bago ko nakuha si SR16, ito talaga main rifle ko. Mapa CQB, outdoor field, ito talaga. Pero since having the SR, just na-relegate na lang talaga siya for a DMR role. So, I don't find any purpose having to run a Taclite. Probably dun sa SR, but here, I want to save weight since, you really have to be on the go to change position, make angles, para, alam mo, maganda yung coverage mo dun sa field. So, I didn't slap on anything to make it heavier. Probably ito, mabigat to be honest.
But it's QD. So
it's QD, so yeah.
It doesn't really matter, di ba?
Ergonomics, wala naman. Like, I don't find the need to put like mga hand stop. Since hindi naman ako maiksing bias, so I can grip it properly.
Okay, so walang personalan sa
sorry.
But yeah. I get the point. No, it's easier to shoulder the rifle or the replica if you have longer hands, and of course bigger hands, right? Longer arms and bigger hands. Okay, so moving on, right? Optics, ayan. So before I was a long-term user of LPVOs, but unfortunately due to eyesight, I just switched over to just using plain Jane red dots, right? So I have it's a red dot, right?
It's a mil-spec red dot. We're not gonna go over it, so yeah.
Yeah, so I like red dots, no? So T1, T2s, even RMRs, I'd run them on rifles, no? MROs, yeah. So red dots for me, so they do the job, right? So our replicas don't go over 300 feet, or do they?
Let's go meters. Parang 50 to 55 meters ish.
Mga 60 meters siguro.
Yeah.
It depends on what we're running, right? And how we
configure the internals.
Yeah. But relatively 50 meters on a good day. Yeah. So we're able to hit as far as that, right? And a red dot serves me well. And since I have a very heavy rail, the red dot also offsets that, right? So it's relatively lighter than running a LPVO. So yeah, that's my take, right? I like red dots, and since he has the LPVO, right, I'll let him talk on that.
Yun lang, since it's in the stock room ni Ivan, so why not use it? So para magamit, I just slapped it on. Yun lang. Ako personally, hindi ako fan previously na LPVOs. Since I also have bad eyesight. So medyo nahirapan ako, even up until now, hirap akong gamitin siya with my setup. Pero I'm still trying to adapt to it or to the playstyle of a DMR/marksman setup. Pero overall, ano brand na ito? MO?
MO. Oh, yung mount, it's Lazada Gaming. I think, yeah. So Lazada Gaming the mount and the AIM-O na 1
1
to
to 4 by 24. Yeah.
So you could actually, no, replace that with an ACOG and you'd be fine. Kasi
Pwede.
4 lang naman di ba? And it's lighter. But, nandiyan eh.
Yeah. Okay na ako sa like, actually it's set to like a 2 or 1.5 magnification, pero I leave it as it is. Okay na ako doon. So like, in retrospect, if you're out on the field 40, 50 meters, kita mo naman na yun eh.
I've run this LTVO as well. It's relatively, clear up to that distance.
Makakading ka ng ulo nito for sure.
Yeah. Well, makakading ka din naman ng ulo sa red dots. It's just a matter of practicing. So,
definitely.
On both our setups, since we have the same optic, even on what do you call this, yung MP7 build na with a T1, actually dink some people in the head with red dots as well. So, I guess what we're trying to get at is it's your preference, right?
Definitely zero yung optic no. There's no sense on having an optic if it's not zeroed. So, you're wasting time tsaka BBs and gas if you're not zeroed. So, sayang lang if you're just walking it.
Correct. So, for us, I'm not sure if what's the school of thought when it comes to the general airsoft community here in the Philippines. But for us, we try to zero it at around 30 meters, no?
30, yeah.
Usually, yun yung range namin, 30 meters. And then we just adjust depending on how far the target is. But, of course, hindi siya... we understand that it's not really parang real steel, no, na we really go up to farther distances. But having that quick reference when it comes to bringing up your replica, right, and then just knowing where to point it at, then pull the trigger, for me is a big boon or a big bonus when it comes to yung parang shooting
overall experience.
Yeah, the overall experience. Yeah. So yun, no? So mas madali, no? It's easier for me. That's why even if people will say it's just a reference or I don't know nga kung ano yung particular no. Or you just put an optic there tapos you just walk your BBs up to the target. I feel like it's a waste of BBs for us. Especially we run only GBBRs and ayun, no? Limited mags, right? So we want every shot to count as much as possible. So that's where we're coming from, right? So we take the time to zero our optics. So we try to avoid yung
chamba.
Yeah, yung mga chamba lang na we try to avoid that generally. But yeah, in short, if you're thinking about putting an optic on your replica as well, and you're running a GBBR or you don't like wasting ammo, because if you're going to use something like BLS or other BBs, right, they're relatively expensive as well. Ayun, I'd zero my optics. So for us, it's 20, 30 meters, we zero it. And then if you need to go farther, you just adjust depending on how your BBs are falling that day. Because let's face it, if you play today, it's a GBBR. If it's hot,
might go further.
If it's cold, might go closer.
Less.
Yeah. So yun. So next is we want to talk about ergonomics of our rifles, no? So or replica, sorry. So Adams is a plain Jane M4, but for me, so plain Jane yung controls, no? But for me, I have something special, which is actually a KAC, or it's actually from GNP, right? It's a KAC style ambi selector. So that's the only thing different when it comes to his setup and my setup. I don't prefer this over a standard selector. I had it, so I just installed it, and there it is. So other things on my that's different from his on my JG is the grip. I'm running a MOE Magpul MOE grip,
Pistol grip, yeah.
Pistol grip, and this is actually from, if I'm not mistaken, this is a real steel grip, and it fits the JG. Okay, no, it fits the JG okay, but I had to shim it with some electrical tape here, in the receiver side because the JG is relatively small. It's 90% of the original body. So once I shimmed that and then installed it, so no wobbles whatsoever. It's been there since 2019. So when I had my GHK pa. So I actually sold the GHK and then I just kept this. 2020 pala, 2020.
Oh.
During pandemic ko binenta. Yeah, during
Okay.
I sold the GHK during the pandemic because I wasn't using it. So yeah, so I kept this, right, and then this was from the GHK. I was told by the previous owner it's real steel, and I just kept it because the grip was okay. I was looking to swap it for a K2 grip, but yeah, it's Magpul, it works, and I just left it there. So the butt is the standard, ano ba to, crane stock,
Train stop. Yeah.
the crane stock that you would find on most ENC, the Eastern Crane AEGs, right? So this was sold to me by a friend as well before, and I just kept it here. I like the look, I like the feel. Doesn't interfere with my mask. Hence, yeah, didn't bother changing it as well. So what about you, Adam?
So, yun, previously, nung nabuo namin to ni Ivan, actually, it was running like an A2 grip. Wala naman sanang problem dun sa A2 grip, pero there's the hump dun sa grip, which really bothers me. Pero it works, pero again, it bothers me. And then, since yun nga, in the stock room, merong, I think this is a BCM style.
It's BCM. It's BCM, but I broke the
storage.
the door. Yeah, the storage.
It's a BCM grip. Not so sure kung anong lasing BCM to, but it is a BCM style. And then yun nga, yung grip angle niya is a bit more straighter rather than the A2 na medyo luma. So nag-iba yung hawak, so which is I prefer. And then yung butt stock is a CTR style, came from Lazada Gaming. Pang gel blaster nga to be honest.
Ito ba yung galing sa ano?
Yeah.
So I actually got it with one of my purchases siguro. I just kept it.
It came from a gel blaster definitely, or from Lazada Gaming most likely.
Most likely.
Yun nga. Pero from
afar you can tell.
yeah, pero yun nga, like there's a slight wobble pero it doesn't really affect me that much. Saka yung lock niya, maayos naman eh.
Yeah, so it doesn't collapse during game, so it's okay.
So that's what that matters eh. And then other than that, yun nga, sa akin eh, the traditional selector, which I find okay. Ambi is a plus, pero if you can, pero yun nga, since Waspec, it's a bit
kinda
harder
hard
to find parts for it. Other than that, we have the same sling loop at the rear of the receiver. Magpul ASAP.
Magpul. But
He's not using it. I'm using one, and then I'm using it with the Magpul MS3. Yeah, the MS3 sling. And then also a RSA in the front. Also, he has one.
Yeah. So my sling, so he's running a
MS3.
MS3, right? I'm running a TMC
Ferro Concept, parang ganun.
Ferro Concepts copy of something. So it's the 2-point slings which you can adjust quickly. Let me place it here and just pull on this, diba? Just to tighten and then pull on this one to loosen. So I like it. It's a bit more secure and I've practiced or I've trained talaga. I've practiced using this sling. So it works for me. So, but if I do opt for a single point sling, ayan, I would. It's just that the replica is very long and when I use a single point sling, it hits my knees. So, ayan, you can definitely infer how short
it
I am.
looks, so.
Yeah. So yun. That's why I use a 2-point sling to keep it higher on my body.
Also, on my setup, running 2-point, I can run single point if I wanted to. Pero I opted to run the 2-point instead kasi nga it's much more stable. And then when you transition, kasi on a 1-point, it hits your knees, your groin.
Correct,
Kasi nga, doon siya babagsak sa gitna eh. So, pag naka 2 point ka, medyo off to the side siya.
Yeah.
So, mas madali siyang makailag sa unnecessary bump sa knee, sa private parts mo and whatnot.
So, we want to talk about internals. So, if you've been a airsoft player for the longest time, you'll be familiar that ACM replicas don't have the best reputation when it comes to reliability. The most notorious ones was ba't ka tawa? Was the AGM, and he had one. I had one.
We had one.
I had one 2014, and
I had mine 2013.
you were
I was
a few months earlier.
Yeah.
Few months earlier, then I bought mine as well. At the time, it sounded like a good deal. 4,000 pesos. It came with 4 leaky mags and a bit of spare parts. But I was like, oh, what a great deal. Ang mura, ganyan. It's so cheap in Filipino, right? And apparently, it was because you need to replace the entire fire control group. The receiver would break down on you. It would literally crumble in your hands. And the barrel was it was bad all over. The hop chamber was also bad. And when I had my AGM replica, I replaced the hop chamber, the inner barrel. Of course, the hop rubber I replaced it with a Falcon 1. Innards was, well, thankfully for me, it came with a lot of spare parts, but they were not good spare parts as well. So I was able to run it for
quite some time.
Quite some time as well. So I had steel parts. Adams had stock parts. He had a worse experience than me. If I recall, his was always breaking it.
Yeah. Like there was one time I played, I think Camp CXG. Camp CXG guys, what up? One game, nabasag yung hammer, and then when installing the URX3, nabasag yung hopper. Ano pa ba? It was a whole lot of mess, to be honest.
I actually remember mine in game. A friend borrowed my AGM, and yung yung firing pin?
Yung valve knocker.
So the valve knocker went flying away as well, no? So it's really bad experience overall. So after some time, Adam broke his. He bought a JG. So yun yung story that's the story of it. So he bought a JG, and then sabi niya, mas okay itong JG. But I didn't believe him. So I was skeptical at first. I was skeptical at first. I still kept my AGM. And finally, I just sold my AGM as well for a bit, for a few, for a few thousand. Because I upgraded a lot of stuff, and then it even came with a VFC
bolt carrier,
which we eventually effed up as well. So, so daming there's so many things wrong with that platform. I didn't hate it. It was shooting so good in KM14. What's up, KM14 guys, no?
Pero yun nga, it was a learning process with the platform. To be honest, yun nga yung downside when it comes to the ACM, even the Western Arms platform.
Not the Western Arms. In Western Arms na...
Pero yeah, like per se, the Western Arm platform, like for example, King Arms has their own spec, GNP has their own spec, JG has their own spec, AGM has their own spec. So which is yun nga yung downside. Pero, the upside to it, after learning from all those times, all those years, kung ano yung gumagana, we boiled it down to these.
Yeah. So, it was by no accident. If you actually read on the Philippine Airsoft Gas Guns group, ba?
Yeah, Facebook group, before.
You actually see one post there, no? See JGHK. So, this was a project started by, again, one of our good friends, no? Yeah. Or si Tito Ed. So, Tito Ed from the 91st Research Division. I forgot the entire name. Basta 91st
We'll post
Division. We'll post their Facebook page.
page.
So, thank you for helping me start this crazy project, no, which we just wanted to know if would GHK fire control groups.
Yeah.
The first part was the fire control group, no, the FCG, which was the trigger, the hammer, and then the sear, because that was one of the bad things when it comes to the WA platform rifles. And interestingly enough, with a few mods lang, no, relatively few mods, we were able to make it fit. But the first version of this was actually a stock WA na stock JG BCG or bolt carrier group, and then a GHK nozzle, which was Frankenstein on by Ed. And I was able to run that for a good 1 or 2 years before it finally broke down. And the FCG first version then, no, was SHS from Wigman pa before. He was still selling some
SHS
WA
parts,
parts. Yeah. So, ayun. So as you can see, it's running a GHK trigger group. I won't talk about in detail na yung super in detail, but it's running a GHK trigger group with the stock firing pin ni JG. But I think I got a GNP sometime 2019 din yata. And then I stole the steel firing pin and I transferred it here because this is a semi-GHK system with the original WA firing pin, right? One of my GNPs is actually running all GHK inside that lower receiver, inside the GNP receiver. So it's very much possible that you would convert one of these old rifles to GHK standards, right? And why wouldn't you? If you have it already, if you're having problems, you might consider, right? You might consider converting it to GHK spec, which is overall a better experience, no? Rather than trying to stick with WA parts, and WA parts are by design
relatively nowadays is very scarce also. I think very, very few manufacturers still
GNP is still there.
I'm not so sure. If you check websites,
some
probably
GNP
old
parts,
stocks.
maybe old stock, yeah. So GNP is still there. I think Raytech still makes some.
I'm not so sure.
Maybe
trigger groups, probably not.
I don't know, but yeah, for parts of these na talaga, it's really scarce. Even the small parts, you might find some from from Golden Eagle as well. Yun nga yung rebrand. Di man rebrand.
Yeah,
it's like a rebrand of JG before, right? So they refreshed these, no. So originally they had plastic receivers like the Waspec, but I don't know. So eventually, kailan ba nalabas yun? 2023?
No.
Last year, 2022.
Actually,
here in the Philippines.
Here in the Philippines, yeah, around that time.
2023, no? It arrived
2022, 2023. Pero, if you would research on the web, there's a brand SNT, which is technically JG/Golden Eagle. They had that already way back 2017, 2018, pero not to the current spec. Pero
so it was still
it's
a metal receiver with the Waspec internals, spot metal, everything. And then they switched out to the newer version, which is steel internals, and then a pot metal bolt carrier group, and then a ano ba yung iba nun? I think that's it.
Actually,
magazine.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get one on the channel. Hopefully, sometime soon in the future.
Yeah.
Pero from these one that came
before
2012, 2015 to now, fairly by design fairly onti lang yung nagbago. It's more of a refinement rather than a drastic change. Yeah. Technically, the fire control group's the same design, the auto sear design the same, the valve knockers the same. Kumbaga refinement lang. Like for example, dun sa GE versions, yes, it's a pot metal bolt carrier group, pero they copied, I think, PFC ba? Na meron siyang insert dun sa part kung saan nag-engage yung bolt catch. And then also they changed from WAS spec na hop chamber to a AEG spec na hop chamber, so you can run AEG inner barrels and hop rubbers on it right away.
So, ano eh, they basically made a amalgamation of a lot of different brands, no? But it's a more, I think it's a more of a GHK, ano eh,
Pwede, yeah,
thing.
you can say that.
So, if I were to sum it up, no, yun yung version 1 nung JGHK ko before. It's running a GHK mag, a stock WA bolt carrier with a steel insert. I think Ed nailed, drilled a nail in there to so when it catches on the bolt carrier group, it hits that nail.
Rather than the pot metal itself.
Yeah. So it lasted quite a long time. And then steel internals. So ganun siya, no? So I think it's an okay platform overall. Yeah, going back, no? So I have a 90% GHK system. Adam has a weirder system. So if you open that up, so I'm running, just to show you, no, it's a dirty ordeal, but I haven't cleaned my replica in a while. But I'm running also a steel GHK bolt carrier group. So yeah, it's ACM, but I'm running GHK parts. So it's as reliable as a GHK. But what if the receiver breaks? I have spares as well. I really like this platform, right? But yeah, but it's not the end all be all when it comes to doing it. You can go all GHK if this is like the because GHK bolt carriers for a time were expensive. But if you could source out, so Adam would have the same lower, right? But if you could source out this one, so this is actually the interesting part. So Adam is actually running a
VFC. This is
it's a 416 bolt carrier group.
Yeah, of the 416 bolt carrier group, I think version 3 nozzle, built-in end pass. So basically, it will work, but the caveat is this is longer than the WASPEC bolt carrier group by a few millimeters.
Not a few.
Or a bit.
A bit talaga.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
So ang downside to it is it cannot break open the replica like what you normally do.
So we call it, when we take down our GBBs, AEG style.
Yeah, the AEG style. So yeah, previously, if you have like the WASPEC, you just take out the rear pen and then you can fold it. Yeah. So yeah, no, we're gonna show you guys how the AEG style.
Well, similarly, the GHK would have that problem since the bolt carrier is also a few millimeters long. So just to show you, since Adam is having a hard time, so instead of going like that, right? So you have to shimmy it in, and then the front, then the back. So that's how my replica works.
Yeah. So you shimmy it.
Ayun.
Lock it in the
face. So what's the difference, the main difference, right? Aside from me running all GHK and him running a VFC bolt carrier group. I actually like the adjustability of the VFC bolt carrier. My GHK, no end pass whatsoever. So what I tuned this with is what I got, right? But he can adjust it on the field, but he doesn't do it. So ayan, to all people who might see us on the field, we don't do it, right? Even with Chrono Hour
within
replicas,
field limits,
we are within field limits. Mine is around 300, 350.
Like, yeah, around 330, 350. Mine is 330 on the dot.
Ayun nga, ako, I can't remember mine, but when I chrono this last time, 350. Yeah, so, it's long, but also, it's not, we don't max it out. And
we could, pero at some point, I tried to adjust mine. The end pass on this was like around
90-80%.
No, 60% for the front, 40% to the back. Running a 363 millimeter inner barrel, 6.03. It was shooting around 410 or 20 with 0.3s. So that will hurt. But I tune it down to within field limits, which is 330 FPS, around more or less, depending on what mag I use.
parang ano yun, it's a bit less.
What do you mean by
Because that's on green gas. So just for your info as well, where we play, we use special gases then, di ba? So yeah, once we use that gas, our FPS or
muzzle energy
muzzle
is
energy is relatively lower than talaga. So you might be shocked that we only run 300 FPS guns. But yeah, it's okay. It works, diba? It still shoots fine.
people still call their hits when
Yeah.
they get hit.
Yeah. So ano naman eh, it's an honesty game, right? It's a gentleman's game, right, guys? So going back to the internals. So another thing that's different between my setup and Adam's setup is the VFC, not VFC, ViperTech Springs.
No, we have both ViperTech.
But his is a newer generation ViperTech Spring, and it's a bit softer compared to mine. We don't know why, but I don't think if it's gonna get captured. If it's gonna get captured.
This one's a bit stiffer than this. I got this from Man Cave last year.
And I got mine
2016.
I don't know. So it's it's an old ViperTech Spring.
Buffer spring, yeah.
And it's very, very strong. So if you would rack yours, see, so softer, right? See pa? One more time for good measure. So it doesn't have the same energy as mine. So this is definitely a funner.
Yeah, perspectives.
Yeah, depends on your perspective. Some other guys would not like that
But
felt recoil or I don't know.
in retrospect, the stock platform AGM or the stock buffer spring setup really sucks. On the JG ones, they have the
Yeah.
plastic buffer and then a very very soft recoil spring. So when you switch to full auto, it's very sluggish.
Yeah,
So that's why we switched to a ViperTech buffer spring. I'm not so sure if you're still using the H3 buffer or H2.
I forgot. Basta it's a heavy buffer as well.
Heavy buffer also, I think this is the H3 that I'm using. Overall happy. I think the recoil is much more better. Previously kasi, I had the stock buffer spring from the JG1. And what I did so that we can compensate on the cyclical rate, I put around 12 pesos.
So for those who are for our international viewers, it's coins, right? So we stack a lot of coins.
At the buffer tube. So now instead of having a full travel bolt, it's like roughly like this, like 3/4 of the travel instead. So I can gain a bit of cyclical rate, but you lose the ability to hold open the bolt when you shoot the last round. So pero yun nga, luckily enough, I got my hands on the newer ViperTech buffer spring. So a big shout out to Man Cave Industries for having one.
Yeah.
And very happy with it.
So all in all, why we built this is because out of all the years that I've been playing airsoft, I really love the WASPEC or the WA platform. Even though it's 50% GHK already, but building on a plastic receiver, I can't get my GHK to function as well as this. I'm not sure why, but I guess it has that magic. It's the oldest, not the oldest, but it's one of the oldest guns that I've owned. So yeah, yung talaga, it's been with me for so long. I know all of its quirks, and I love how it twangs, how I rack this. This is not it's not a wall hanger. If you see me in the field, I rack this.
This is a workhorse.
Yeah, so I just rack it like that. I don't care, and then
we don't baby our replicas. We use it definitely.
Yeah. So it's definitely had a hard life as well. And I built this I didn't care about the receiver before, so I just balanced it out with a heavy buffer and that buffer spring from ViperTech as well. And another change that I cheated Adam out of was also a steel barrel extension. So the twang that you hear when I rack my replica is actually because of that, the barrel and the 4-prong flash hider. We just wanted a WASPEC replica that is very reliable. That's why we built this. So when Ed and I ventured into this, right? So you wanted a reliable WA, or a cheapest GBBR that we can build. And eventually, I bought the GHK. I bought spare parts for the GHK. The GHK didn't break. I put the spare parts here, and then that's how I came up with the FCG that would be a little bit drop in, not really drop in, right? But you would file a few things here and there in order to
Make it fit.
make it fit. The bolt carrier, the version 1 fits well out of the box as well. The version 1, but the version 2, the CNC one, I have a bit of issues there. I'm lazy to actually fix those issues because the version 1 works so well. I have also changed out the, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, I also changed out the bolt catch system to the GHK spec as well, the one with the lever and then the small block at the side, right, that goes up and down. Yeah, if you don't want to go through that trouble, it might be okay to go with, it's not might be, no, it's really okay to go with this route as well, wherein you would change the FCG to GHK, or yeah, GHK, it's relatively cheap, 15 pesos, 30 USD, no, to get all the core, eh, the trigger, the sear, and the hammer. If you have the ano na naman, if you can find a steel full auto sear, that's also good. If you do full auto, but we don't, so we don't care. Yeah, and then you take the VFC bolt carrier, and then the bolt catch as well. Get a steel, the steel bolt catch is relatively available as well.
Meron pa naman. Yeah,
Meron pa naman.
You can still source at some websites, so you can try to contact your shops kung kaya nilang makapag-import.
Yeah.
It's very cheap, like around 4-5 USD. Last time I checked.
Yeah, mga ganun lang. Mga 10. So let's say 10 USD. Ship.
Pwede na. Yeah. Isipin mo, 10 USD ship.
For the bolt catch, right? But yeah, if you mga ganun.
If you're, again, this is the caveat when you're trying to build a Western Arms based platform. Pero nowadays, since there's a resurgence to the brand, the Golden Eagle brand, I think you can go away with a few lesser upgrade parts, to be honest. Since again, we'll try to get our hands on one.
I've held one. I've tried to fix one on the field. I forgot the name of the woman who was, the doctor who had that. We had some issues. When I look at the insides, it's a stock talagang stock
basically the same.
Yeah, and steel parts for the lower, but the bolt carrier isn't steel.
Yeah.
For 13,500 pesos ba yun? Around that price.
14 something more or less.
I'd take that over, I'd take that over the other W brand. I won't. I'd take that over the other W brand because I'm a hardcore WA fan, and I really like the triggers on these things. So even the stock WA trigger, very good, right? So let's So my hands are dirty from disassembling, but as you can see, no take up whatsoever, and then a nice clean break. I'm not sure how many pounds is that, but it's a light trigger, very light trigger. Yeah. So if I were you want one of these, right? Get the latest version. It's a good platform to start on. GHK mags are compatible. We've tried, but there needs to be some mods as well. For us, I use exclusively GHK mags. I've had them for the longest time. They don't leak on me. I've dropped several mags. I have a lot of spare parts, but I haven't used them, like the mag lips, right? I don't have aluminum mag lips. I just use them stock. They work. They're okay. They're not okay. They're great. They're great mags. That's why I run the GHK system. Well, Adam has a more interesting. Since he is using a VFC, he thought, why not stick VFC mags here? So this idiot bought VFC mags, and then, Ivan, can you get this to work? So he brought it here. So we tuned some of the things here, like the height of the magazine when you rack it in. So you can still run GHK mags, but not that well. Right? It still works.
It's still the same.
But yeah, it's more tuned to VFC mags. It's been with me for the longest time, and I haven't had any issues with them. I even sold the GHK system for just this one.
But yeah, like the funny thing with this setup, it works with any mags. GHK, VFC, even the short 20 rounders, this works. Even the Gen 3s,
Gen 2, Gen 2, Gen 3, everything. GHK
everything
works.
Funny enough, no difference sa FPS. Still within range, kahit anong mag. Very stable. Hindi siya nahuhulog or you need to hold it while you're shooting. I'm confident pag pinasok mo, it's gonna shoot well. Funny thing nga, yun nga lang talaga, it works. Funny also, when I slap on a VFC mag here, it also kind of works, but still has a...
I don't like running, no. Here's the caveat. So, I don't let him borrow my GHK mags because he has a VFC bolt. And the VFC bolt, if you run it on the GHK mag, it eats the gas route. So I don't let him run it. But he sticks his magazines here. It works. I don't know. So we have a meme. We'll pop it right here. Everything is Waspec. Ayun, no? So in conclusion, we have long rifles, and the people where we play at, no, they call us the Los Rifleros because we always bring rifles, and we're really accustomed to our builds, right? So Adam here ran his for 2 years before he 2 years, no? 2 years before he finally bought the VFC SR16. I ran mine for 9 years, but I bought several rifles in between. I have a GNP there, but yeah, I keep coming back to this replica, right? And up to this point, I hope it doesn't get jinxed, but up to this point, I had no major complaints except for of course, you would expect the receivers. They're plastic. You don't want to hit a person with this, right? Or you don't want to drop your rifle too hard. And the details on the receivers are not that great, so you have that to think about, right? And of course, it's plastic. It sounds bad. So yeah, if you're planning to build or if you're planning to buy one, just get the latest version one, or just get GHK, just get VFC, and then don't bother with modding a lot of things just to make it work, right? So we just like the fun of it's like an adult Lego, right? So yeah.
Again, this is a amalgamation of our learnings throughout the years, what worked, what didn't work,
Yeah.
how it performed. Like also, I forgot to, or we forgot to mention that you're running a
Maple Leaf. Yeah. So again, ayan, no. So GHK Maple Leaf hop chambers also work in Waspec, but I had to mod a lot of things to get it to fit. So it might not be, I don't know, it might
drop
not
in, yeah.
be a drop in. So there's a lot of GHK parts here, even the inner barrel. The hub chamber is a Maple Leaf GHK spec hub chamber. So it might not be drop in for you guys, but it's a upgrade that you might want to look into.
Funny enough, the Abomination on my side, it can run either VFC or any GHK Waspec hop chamber.
I think the GHK plastic hop chambers, the version ones, you just have to chop up one knob and then it will fit. Not I think. We did it already. This used to run that, no?
So unfortunately enough, it broke off.
He broke it. He broke it because he rack it. So in short, there was a jam and you're not supposed to rack it like a real rifle, right? So he rack that shit, and then yeah, he broke it. So it's his fault, not the replica's fault.
But yun nga, this one is currently running a VFC barrel extension with a 5KU hop chamber. Pero I'm planning to revert back to using a GHK. Oh, sorry, no, not the GHK. The VFC version 2, not the guide hop system, the old system that they have. Since I have one laying around at home, I'm gonna slap it on here when I have a longer inner barrel for this. since it's running an AEG interval. So that's why I'm using the 5K unit. Overall, happy naman. 40, 50, 60 meters, no problem. Yeah, definitely proven and tested.
I won't talk.
Baka ma-jinx, pero
Baka ma-jinx.
yeah, both replicas are capable out on the field. They will deliver your shots accurately and very consistently, to be honest.
So-
Funny story, we had a game in LZ Delta. It was like a 6v6, 7v7. But the engagement between the teams were very random.
Was that the game you were opposite teams?
Yeah,
teams,
we were on
teams?
opposite teams. Wala kaming pakita sa kabila or sa ibang kalaban. We were just shooting each other from warehouse to warehouse and we didn't care. Our shots were able. But unfortunately, he shot me. It was
I'm a
fun.
better
It was-
shot
okay, fine.
than Adam.
Hindi ko ba? Pero imagine, like, dulo to dulo ng warehouse, we were able to
Yeah.
have
But again, ano yun, that's not because of the power. That's just because we tune
Yeah.
these.
tuned it properly. We tuned it on how we wanted to shoot.
Yeah, and we use point threes. So
Point trees.
point threes. I use BLS. Well, it's allowed, naman, diba? It's allowed on our field, so we don't break the rules, right? We just go along with the rules, and we use their gas as well. So they're relatively weak in comparison to when we
Green
field
gas,
them talagang outdoor field games. Guys, to sum it all up, no, you might hear that from us, no, that we're biased towards WA or GHK or VFC. It's not that. We're not biased, no. We think that TM is a great system. We think that WE is also an okay system. So we're not gonna call it great. Some people would, but from what I see on the field, they're not really great replicas out of the box. You may make them well. Everything takes work as well, right? Even the TMs, if you don't touch them, you run the recommended gas, they work great. But if you would want to run green gas, well, that would take some tinkering about, right? So we're not biased. We just we think that they're all they're all equal in their own right.
Pero yun nga,
We just like
we stick to what we know.
yeah, we stick to what we know.
Unfortunately, we don't have ample or good amount of time on an MWS system or the WE system.
I don't want to talk about yung we and the TM systems because I didn't bother. I didn't bother.
Or we don't have one right
I
now,
don't have.
and we will probably in the foreseeable future will not have one.
I'm not sure kasi ano yun eh. Ako yung in this in this friendship, ako yung tuso. So I always tell him to let's buy this, no. So
Yung
budol.
short. Yeah.
So yung MWS system and the WE system, they weren't WE, tama, di ba? WE system, I didn't find the WE system good enough to bother with. The mags are cheap, the parts are cheap, but there's no reason for me to switch from WA to WE. Okay, so that's my reasoning for not having a Wii system. But again, since I've ironed them out, no, I've made it into a wonderful platform to play with. That's why if I were to look into a future M4 platform, ayun, I'm not sure what's the best currently out there.
But still, pa rin. Kumbaga, it's a close derivative of the WA platform pa rin.
Yeah.
Like, ako, like, for example, yun nga, Ivan probably could easily switch from the WA to MWS. Pero kasi, ako, for me, when you try to think of it, this one pa lang, proven testament. You can run WAMAGs, GHK, DFC. So kung mag-switch pa ako ng, let's say for example, another MWS system, another set of mags, sayang lang. Ito,
I have a lot of mags. So between all of my stuff, I have a lot invested in mags. Kaya
how many mags do you have? 8? GHK
for
mags?
GHK 7 mags, and then for VFC I have 7 as well.
7. Oh, I have 6 VFCs, 1 GHK.
So in
there's
between us,
plenty
right?
to go around.
In between the two of us, Between the two of us nga, di ba?
No.
We have a lot of WA platform mags. And it's hard to switch from one platform to another platform due to logistics issues. Ayun. But we're not biased on get this, it's the best
We're
out
not telling
there.
you to get this.
Get GHK, it's the best out there.
No.
But if you want to build one, ayan,
You
could build a great platform out of. It's a great platform to start on. That's what I'm getting at. Bakit? Why? If you find a second-hand JG, something na yung M4 and everything, it might go for cheap as as cheap as mga 3,500 not working, 5,000 working. And then
if you get the newer ones, the GE, I think
the GE
second hand 9K,
9K, 10K, brand new 13K.
Yeah, di ba? Not bad.
Plus you have the newer GHK style mag,
GHK clone mag,
GHK clone. Yeah, the GHK clone, di ba?
which you can also get sa mga
Relatively
stores.
cheaper.
2,500.
2,500. Oh. So it's a cheap platform to work on. So it's a cheap platform to start on GBBR. So yun yung point namin.
And yun nga, over the years, the things we've learned, the things we've developed on this platform, hindi na matutumbasan yun eh. Kumbaga, it was an investment on our part to learn and understand this kind of platform.
Yeah. And if you were to ask us if bakit hindi ako especially now that we have the budget, right? We can purchase TM, we can purchase yung WE. It's just because it works. It works for us. So why bother changing to another platform that we might have trouble tuning? So that's the major point why I stuck to to the JG or the WA system.
Pero like yun nga, if you're gonna ask us if you have the budget, sige, go buy an MWS.
Yeah, it's a great platform. I've seen one out of the box.
It works. Few upgrade parts if you want to run green gas all the way. Yeah. Pero it works. Which is yun nga talaga yung
out of the box talaga. You pick it up, it's a great shooting platform.
Point 3 is very, very smooth.
Yeah. But these, well, yung newer JG, I'd guess though, with some tightening here and there, tuning here and there, the Golden Eagle line of would work great. But I've seen one out of the box, I'm not impressed. So so I'd leave it there. So if you want to tune one, it's a great platform to start tinkering around.
Comparing the newer ones to this one, it's a lesser change. Kumbaga, nothing has changed between the receivers and whatnot.
The receivers are new, di ba?
Like, yeah, it's the new style. Aluminum. Pero the design, the feel, the looks, basically the same.
Yeah. If you want to work on it, it's the same with just aluminum receivers and newer style, the bad style receivers. So, yeah, in conclusion, so the Jingdong or the WA system, are great once you've tuned them. So, okay na okay sila kapag na talaga. Kapag nag-upgrade ka na, nagpalit ka na ng magazines because the original WA style magazines are crap.
Definitely.
So, yun. So, yung mga gripes lang talaga namin dito, if you're going with a stock WA system, the mags are crap, the internals are crap, they're pot metal, laging sira, yung sumasabog yung nozzle, the nozzle breaks, the bolt carrier group also breaks down. So everything inside this,
the charging handle snaps.
The charging handle snaps. So I've had one before, yung PRI charging handle, and then I racked it. I got the charging handle out of the. It basically broke. It crumbled talaga, nagka-crumble.
I remember that.
So hindi talaga siya maganda out of the box, right? But again, for us, it's upgraded VFC parts, GHK parts, a lot of different parts already within this, no? So again, yung meme namin is everything is WASPEC. And yeah, everything is WASPEC. So
well, then nga, in retrospect, why does GHK work in this one? Why does VFC works in this one? Technically, they're derivative or refinement of the Western Arms platform.
Yeah. So yung size and everything works.
Yeah, pero oil boils down, closely resembles the one platform.
But yung VFC VFC, I don't think the VFC FCG will fit here. It's a lot bigger than than this
Definitely not.
the stock one, yeah. The stock parts. But again, ayan, if you want to build a Hua style platform, it might be better to go with the newer Golden Eagle GBBR's
M4s,
M4s, yeah. So I'll try to get one just for fun, and let's see what we can do with that platform. But for us, we stick with the
Tried and true.
tried and true plastic receivers WA. And again, these are not baby, no. We still use them out in the field, and I've been running with them for 9 years, and I haven't had
Issues. Major issues.
Yep.
Wala.
yet. So I haven't broken a receiver. I've broken a lot of fire control groups for the WA system, but this GHK one, this is the oldest FCG that I have here, and it still works great. So si Adam, he has an FCG 2 years old, so no
Oh.
problem.
Less than 1 year.
Less than 1 year. Last year
Oh,
lang because he
last year
ran
lang.
an original WA system. But yeah, so yun, recent lang din yung he has a recent upgrade to the GHK FCG, and it's still working great. So all in all, again, it's not a perfect system out of the box.
It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. Definitely needs a lot of work. So that is it, guys. That's our video for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe to our channel and catch us on the next one.
Peace.